everybody, my name is AhnoldRunningMan. I hope you guys are having a swell time at all good things, yes of course. Okay, we have a lot to cover here. Division 2 came out with a 3-link page patch notes. It's a lot to cover. I was originally going to make a highlight video of all the various different changes, but there's so many changes that are drastic. To be honest, this might be an hour-long video at this point. Yeah, no. Let's just skip to the good parts, yeah. Season 2.0 is basically a glorified countdown with extensive on the modifier potential. You have like several to go through, but you can only choose one ultimate that actually does a shit ton of things that we don't know anything about, and they don't go into any detail of what any of those modifiers are. So good luck trying to figure out what's good and what's not. All right, cool. So Manhunt Scouts is essentially the same thing with what we've already been playing, with the bounties and the manhunts, essentially. You have to hunt down a certain dude, and it had to solve riddles and puzzles to get that point. That's pretty cool. But they all lead up to a manhunt climax mission, and at the very end of the season, if you were to get those all done in that step-by-step format, you get to unlock the master climax mission, what we've already explained and go through on the seasonal character thing. Very good compromise of not doing the seasonal characters. Very good. New gear brand set, kinda awesome. Really good emphasis on swap speed, so that's pretty cool. Virtuoso gear set, kinda garbage, not gonna lie. Not worth your time. Centurion Scabbard, exotic holster. This is a really good holster for swap speed builds, and potentially a PvP killer icon you might want to get. New exotic weapon, it's an assault rifle, and it's also an FAL, finally. It's called the Strega. I'll leave the talent up here for you guys. Seems pretty decent, might be a pretty good gun. And weapon talents that are the downgraded versions of that said talent. You got Precision Strike and Perfect Precision Strike. Rework. Sledgehammer is officially dead. They killed it. Mosquito got dramatically buffed in the Sacrifice of Sledgehammer. Pretty cool. I'll leave this up for you guys to read. Instead of having them just attack you, you can actually apply that damage debuff that the Sledgehammer had to those guys. These rifles will now be automatic. It's pretty good. And sniper rifles. A lot of the more favorite assault rifles got pretty much nerfed. Everything that nobody uses got buffed. Except for the FAMAS. That's a plus. SMGs, pretty much everything everybody uses that wants to make everything good is now bad. Good job. Also, the Tommy gun got even more of a nerf, so that's awesome. And the Victor 9mm now reigns more supreme. Good job. The LMG top picks got a really good buff. All the LMGs that nobody uses got nerfs. Okay. All the rifles that they buffed in the last season now got reverted or just now suck now. But hey, the 1887 lever action got a huge buff. Good. That is very good. All your favorite sniper rifles got nerfed. All the ones that nobody uses got buffed. The semi-automatic ones. Good job, Massive. Shotguns. All the best shotguns got buffed. All the bad shotguns got weirdly nerfed. And the KSG got a huge buff. So welcome John Wick builds. Pistols. Everything got buffed except the D50. Anyone who uses the D50, honestly, I feel bad for you. But hey, now you get to use a Magnum. All the weapon attachments got a huge buff that either got 10%, 5%, 20% boosts on most of their things. All the important things that you think that got buffed, they got buffed by a lot. SMG builds are going to be supreme in this time around. All the gear talents and all the weapon talents that don't really be used actually got buffed. Except for Obliterate. Obliterate got really bad nerf. The Picar's holster got a massive change. For all you tank hybrid builds out there, this kind of sucks. A lot of the weapon talents that nobody really uses got buffed. And weirdly, Brazen and Jazz Hands got a huge buff. Shotguns are going to be really good. Hardwired got a huge buff with its cooldown. Instead of 20 seconds, it got 10 seconds. Really good. Aegis, what's the fucking point? Just rework that goddamn gear set. Heartbreaker got a major buff. This will be really good this time around, thank God. Aces and Eights is trying desperately to compete with Hotshot. Breaking Point, cool, I guess. Negotiator's Dilemma got a huge buff, thank you. Ongoing Directive is getting a dramatically good buff, thank you so much. Striker's Battle Gear got somewhat of a big nerf, but you know what? Thanks to the attachment buffs, I don't think this is going to be a problem for you guys. Umbra Initiative got a huge buff. You're going to shoot a lot more faster, and you get a lot more crits. This is good. All of your builds got weirdly buffed and nerfed. More so nerfed than buffed. Bighorn, the most underutilized exotic weapon in the game, actually got a decent buff. It's actually usable now. St. Elmo got a dramatic nerf. This kind of sucks and more than likely will kill the game. Negative 10 rounds in the magazine was probably going to make you have to use 2.5 magazines to finally get that buff with the electric bullets. Bummer. Eagle Bearer got a much needed buff. This is great. So Eagle Bearer might be back. Chameleon got a really good buff. Pair that up with the new Umbria Initiative buff, this is going to be dramatically good. Lady Death got a pretty good, decent buff. So for all you Hunter's Fury builds out there, this is going to be really good for you guys. Backfire got a really good buff, so now it probably won't be such an underutilized weapon. Chatterbox also got a really good buff. I'm not sure if this is going to stay, as the stars there might say that this is subject to change. Who knows? Ouroboros. That's dead. This might officially kill a gun. That sucks. Iron Lung got a buff, but for some reason got a negative 10% weapon damage. Blue Screen got a major buff with 20% reload speed and 20% rate of fire. Bullet King, I believe, got reverted to its old state with a 10% weapon damage increase. Ruthless and Merciless got 15% accuracy and 15% weapon handling. Vindicator got a huge buff. Maybe it won't be so underutilized this time around. Who knows? Scorpio's dead. Scorpio's dead. Officially. It is dead. Catharsis got a decent buff for all you tank builds out there. This will be really good. Missions will now finally allow you to farm for the thing you've been looking for, but still no exotic weapons to farm for. Kind of a bummer, kind of a plus side. Maybe this is results for some future update that they're going to allow you to farm for exotics. Hopefully. We'll see. And here's your proof that they actually play the game. Known issues. They already have known issues. All right, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the rundown of this patch, this 3-page patch. This is really good. So far, my final thoughts, I like this new patch. I like where it's headed. It just means that they're actually going through the entire game and finding what works and what doesn't, and they're upping and changing everything, so you're not always using the same gear every time. This is a good change. This is a good change of pace. I'm glad they're doing, and I'm glad they're actually listening to people and are actually doing things to the game. My name is AhnoldRunningMan. I will catch you guys next time on the next video. If today was your birthday today, or any of the days that the stream upload on this channel, then of course, have yourself an amazing, happy freaking birthday. Autobots, transform and roll on.